The upcoming action-adventure single-player James Bond game is one of my most anticipated game ever, without a single doubt. The recent movies with Daniel Craig, especially Casino Royale, are some of my favorites, and the Hitman games are in my top favorite franchises ever. You mix the two and you get an ambitious AAA James Bond game being made by the creators of the Hitman games. Literally, what more can you ask than this? These are the perfect developers for such a franchise. They've already mastered the stealth, the gameplay elements, the gadgets side of things, and the infinite possibilities to end a target. And with the absolute bunch of new details that we've been given today for this upcoming James Bond game, including a release date window, gameplay details and such, I'm hopeful this will be one to remember. Make sure you guys let me know if you'd like more Project 007 news on this channel by liking the video now, and let's start right away. Just recently, Edge magazine was able to have an interview with IO Interactive CEO Akan Brown about the upcoming game and learn more about what the studio is hoping to achieve with it, and the plans are ambitious. It seems it will be a way bigger and ambitious game than Hitman 3, which is already big in its own terms, so that could be very exciting. First of all, it is said that Project 007 will be a more scripted experience than Hitman's free-for-all missions. Hitman gave you targets to assassinate and then you were left on your own to decide how to do it. You could discover infinite opportunities as you explored the open maps and then go on from there. And you could also cause absolute chaos and shoot everyone. Project 007 though, as is to be expected, will be more linear, high-stake mission oriented, where everything you do will have an impact on the mission. You won't be given infinite possibilities because you're James Bond and you infiltrate secret bases in a stealthy, more serious way. Most of the maps won't be open-ended as well because James Bond has never really been about that, though it'll feel more epic and grandiose. The game has been officially pitched as being the ultimate spycraft fantasy where we'll be able to do what every spy has always wanted, or what James Bond can do like in the movies. This probably means lots of unique gadgets to try and use as James Bond, which I'm really happy about because there are so many, especially in the movies, and what's said to be a bit of a different theme than the brutal, murderous Hitman games. It's also been confirmed the game will be a third-person action-oriented project with an original James Bond that isn't based on any of the movies or the actors. However, the game will seemingly be closer to Daniel Craig than any other James Bond movies. It'll feature a completely new story where you'll be going on missions around the world. They've also stated that Project 007 is in heavy development as we speak and is the main project at IO Interactive right now. They want it to be very ambitious, so it'll still take some time before it releases. The release date for Project 007 is expected to be in 2025 at the earliest. If the game does well, which IO is hopeful will do well because they're closely following what makes James Bond great, if it does well, the developers are already committed to keeping the series going, just like Hitman. Again, that is if the first game lands well with the audiences. Speaking with Edge, Abrak talks about their ambition for Bond's next jump into video games. When asked if their 007 game will have the same style of growth as the recent Hitman trilogy and its jump into the world of assassinations evolving sandbox, Abrak stated, yeah, absolutely, I mean that's the dream, that's the ambition, and it's also how we always talked about it. IO Interactive also said they aren't making a Bond game to score some money and that the developers have also turned down other offers from IP holders. James Bond is really at their heart and they want to make the best game possible, even better than any James Bond game out there and their past games with Hitman. Following the release of Hitman 3, the developers have effectively turned the game and its previous entries into a single product that features evolving objectives and new content updates, effectively keeping the game going forever. It remains to be seen if this is the vision that they have in mind for their 007 game, but they stated that they would love players to look back on multiple Bond games by IO and go, wow, that was quite a journey. And they go on to say that 007 is under development as we speak, it's looking very cool, it's going to tell the story of the first Bond and how he becomes the secret agent that he is. But that's what we can comment on. That's already a lot of details, so they already confirmed that it'll be the first Bond ever and it'll be its original story, which I'm really excited about, and I'm also really excited to see where this game goes. And if you guys are as well, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and of course drop a like to give some support and subscribe to stay tuned.